Hi, it's Matt, and in the spirit of dry January, I'm going to be taste testing some non-alcoholic beer. And if you can hear some banging, then that's my neighbour doing some DIY upstairs. Yay. I've got a table full of non-alcoholic beer. This pile are ones that I haven't had before, and this one is a pile of beers I have had before. I've actually not drunk alcohol for a couple of years now, but I like the taste of beer, and I've noticed in the last year the range of non-alcoholic beers has grown so much. Normally I would be drinking ales and stouts and stuff rather than the lagers. So from here you can see I've got a stout, a pale, another hoppy thing that I've had before, but I'm going to start with the ones that I don't know, so then at least I can finish on ones that I do like. Well, I've got my bottle opener, and I've got a palate cleanser of some tortilla chips. Let's start with this one. Klausthaler, unfiltered. It says it's dry hopped with Cascade hops. Right then, here it goes. I don't like it. I'm not a big fan of lager. This is trying to be a lager, and non-alcoholic beers generally fall on a scale of not tasting like Weetabix to really, really tasting like Weetabix. Have you just blended some Weetabix? And this is about a 5 on the Weetabix scale. It's really fizzy. It's quite lagery. Next. Oh, that one was horrible. It's definitely going down the sink. What we got next? Brooklyn Hoppy Lager. This is going to be another one that I'm not going to like because I don't like it. Darker. That's alright, that. I could drink that. It's very malty, as you can probably tell from the dark colour. I could drink a bottle of that. I don't think I'd choose it. I'm going to... If this is going to be the no pile, and that's going to be the yes pile, this is in the... Yeah! If I was in a pub and it only had this as the non-alcoholic option other than like soft drinks, I might have one then switch to soft drinks. Erdinger, alcohol-free, refreshing isotonic drink. Isn't that what sports drinks are? I don't think I'd want this after a run. But then again, I wouldn't be running, would I? Very fizzy, quite sweet. It tastes like German beer. It's been a while since I've had normal Erdinger, and I'd say that tastes quite like it. It's not something I would choose to have. I would rather drink this than that, I think. I'm going to put this in the okay pile, not the no pile, but not the yes pile either. San Miguel Owl Face, or 0.0. Looks more like an owl face. I've heard terrible things about this. Let's see if they're true. I'm not the biggest fan of normal San Miguel, to be honest. Definitely lagery. It is a 2 or a 3 on the Weetabix scale. The Erdinger, if I didn't mention it, was a 0 on the Weetabix scale. Lager drinkers might like that, but I don't. That's going in the no pile for me. Old Speckled Hen, low alcohol. Normal Old Speckled Hen is a traditional ale, and I've drunk it before, but I wouldn't normally choose it. All the beers I've got on this side are the non-alcoholic versions of the ones I would drink normally, and the ones that I haven't tried are the ones that I wouldn't drink normally, which is why I haven't tried them. So I know I vaguely like most of these. These ones I haven't tried because they're not my type of thing. But I'm hoping this one might be alright. I'm expecting some Weetabix though. If you normally drink Old Speckled Hen and want to not drink any alcohol, try that. I'd say that tastes very much like it. It's got the caramelliness of a brown ale or whatever this normally is. It's very sweet. I'm going to have another... I don't think I'll buy this again because it's not to my taste, but it's good. It is definitely a non-alcoholic version of Old Speckled Hen. That's going to go on the yes pile. Is that my first actual yes? Would recommend. Next up is Peroni Libera. I have also heard terrible things about this. Possibly the clearest one yet. Oh wow, that is so sweet. Has that got actual sugar in it? Water, barley, malt, maize, hops, flavourings. It tastes like it's got cordial in it. Orange squash? It's like a lime and soda. It's not beer. It's not awful. I wouldn't drink all of it if someone brought me one. It tastes like a citrus cordial in soda water. It's another no. I'm going to promote the Erdinger to the yes pile because it is what it's trying to be. I was only erring to the no side because it wasn't to my personal taste. So I'm going to keep that in the yes pile. But up next we have Freedom, non-alcoholic lager beer. And the first can yet. That just tastes like lager. If you're normally a Carlsberg drinker, go for that. No Weetabix. It just tastes like a lager. That's alright. Okay, halfway through, I've basically got a no pile and a yes pile. In the no pile are the San Miguel and the Klausthaler. They are Weetabix and bitter and no. Peroni Libera is sugar water. Brooklyn Lager is a bit Weetabixy, a bit berry. I'm going to edge towards a no, but that might be what I haven't had. I don't think I like normal Brooklyn Lager, so it might be more faithful to what Brooklyn Lager is. On the yes side, we've got Erdinger, Freedom, and Old Speckled Hen, and they all do what they're trying to achieve. Erdinger and Old Speckled Hen taste like the alcoholic counterparts, and Freedom tastes like a generic lager. So if these are the kinds of drinks you want, then go for these for the non-alcoholic versions. Next, we move on to the ones I've had before, and I'm going to save my favourites till last. I'm going to go for the Heineken first. I was drinking this yesterday around a friend's house, and they had it in stock as well, so I suppose that's a compliment. It's sweet, it's crisp, it's got no Weetabixiness. It's lagery, it's kind of like normal Heineken. It's a bit sweeter. It's fine to drink. If I was somewhere that had this in stock, then I'd go for it. But if they also had any of these ones, I would probably go for these first. But it's fine. I'd occasionally buy it at home if I fancy a beer and that's what's in the supermarket. It's all right. It's a good lager. I probably like it slightly more than the Freedom because it's a bit sweeter and tastes less lagery. I don't know what I mean. I don't know how to say that. I'll finish it off though. Next up, Adnams Ghost Ship. If I'm drinking an alcoholic beer, then Adnams Broadside is one of my favourites. It's very strong though, so be careful if you're trying that. This is quite good. It's an ale, it's a bit more bitter, a bit hoppier. I wouldn't say it tastes like normal Ghost Ship, but it is a reasonably good version of an ale that's non-alcoholic, seeing as not many people are making ones that are darker. They're more heading towards the lagery, lighter end of the spectrum. Yeah, this is good. It tastes much nicer cold though. Like, this has warmed up a little bit from having been on my table, but the colder it is, the nicer it is. Next up are the two Brew Dog beers. We've got Nanny State and Punk AF. Nanny State's been around for longer, I think. I've only seen Punk AF in the last couple of months. Brew Dog's main signature beer is called Punk IPA, so I assume this is meant to taste like Punk IPA, but alcohol-free. So I'll go for that one first. I've drunk a lot of Brewdog's beers over the years. Their terribly named Trashy Blonde, which I think they've stopped making years ago, was one of my favourite session beers. Punk Paradox, which is a imperial stout, which is aged in bourbon or whiskey casks, is possibly my favourite beer. Yeah, if I was out and drinking alcohol, then I would go for a Brew Dog Punk IPA or a Dead Pony Club if it was around as my normal choice. So let's go for the Punk AF. I think I've only had one of these before. It is incredibly hoppy to the point of bitterness, which is generally what Brewdog go for in their IPAs. They make some of the hoppiest ones I've had. It's all right. I wouldn't say it tastes too much like Punk IPA though. It's got the same hops in it, I think, and if I compare that to the Nanny State, which I've drunk a lot of, it's available in lots of pubs as well. I haven't done a direct comparison of the two, but I know I like this one better. It's bitter and hoppy, like both of them are, like a lot of IPAs are at the moment. It's a lot maltier than this one, which is offsetting the bitterness a bit, so it tastes a bit more caramelly. And if I'm drinking a normal IPA, then I'll go for the hoppier end of the spectrum because that's what I like, and that fulfills that spot on the taste buds in the same way that any normal hoppy IPA would. Better than this one does, in my opinion, but they're both good. If they have one or the other in stock, then I'll go for it. If they have both, then I'll go for the Nanny State. Next, we move on to Big Drop Brewing Company's Pale and Stout. These are my two favourite non-alcoholic beers at the moment. I was on their website the other day to try and find out where stocks them, because I found them in pubs more often than I found them in supermarkets, but Morrison's and Ocado stock them. This is the brewery that only brews non-alcoholic beer, which is probably why they taste so good, and it is the only non-alcoholic stout I have ever had. I am leaving that to last. That is my favourite. But first, they're pale. Oh no, I had to drink the beer. Wow, it's taken me this long before I've spilt anything as well. Wow. Big Drop's Pale's got the crispness, the sweetness, the hoppiness, and the maltiness balanced really well. These two are, this one's a bit wet and hoppy, this one's all hop and malt, whereas this I'd say is a bit better balanced than those two. I see this beer out and about quite a lot. All the All Bar Ones stock it, and all the pubs that are owned by the same parent company as All Bar One seem to stock it as well, which is good. Slightly harder to find this in supermarkets. I actually found these two so I could do them in the video. I had to hunt for quite a bit. I found them in Holland and Barrett. Didn't even know they sold beer. And finally, I've left it till last. It's my favourite, Big Drop Brewing Company's Stout. I normally drink dark beers if I'm drinking real beer, and it just so happens the one I prefer the taste of are the ones that are a bit stronger as well. The kind that are thick, creamy, and dark. And I don't mean Guinness. I can't stand Guinness. I mean like Brewdog's Paradox, Dark Arts by Magic Rock. What was that one I had the other day? I had a sip of a friend's beer. It was by War Pigs. It was called You Fucked Me Up and Now I'm Furious. And wow, it was amazing. It was like creamy, vanilla-y, coffee. Yeah, it was great, but I could only have a sip. Look at that. Look how dark that is. It's still got that dark, bitter, musty tones that you'd get in a porter or a milk stout, but it is a little bit sweeter, very drinkable. It's nowhere near as thick as I would expect a stout to be normally, but it is a different thing, so that doesn't surprise me. But it still coats the tongue. It's still thicker than all the others here, but if you were comparing it directly to a normal stout, it would be, yeah, it would taste a bit wet. But seeing as this is the only dark, non-alcoholic beer I have found, that means it is absolutely the best by a mile. And someone would have to try very hard to be able to beat this, in my opinion. This is a non-alcoholic version of the exact type of beer I like to drink. So if there was a prize going, they would win it. Here, have a tortilla chip. That's the only prize I've got. So here we are. These are the results of my non-alcoholic beer taste test from best to worst. I'll just point out that by non-alcoholic beer, I mean beer that's 0.5% of alcohol by volume or less. So all of these are 0.5% alcohol or all the way down to 0. So my favourites are Big Drop's Stout and Pale. We've got Brew Dog's Nanny State and Punk AF, then Ghost Ship, then Heineken Zero. They're all great. The next section are the ones that I wouldn't choose to drink myself, but are pretty good, which are Erdinger, Old Speckled Hen, Freedom, and Brooklyn. If you normally drink the alcoholic version of these, then you'll probably like the non-alcoholic ones. And then finally we've got the naughty corner. Peroni Libera tastes like fizzy cordial. San Miguel Owl tastes horrible. It is like Weetabix. And Klausthaler is horrifically bitter. It tastes like Weetabix. No. Just no. Well, thank you very much for watching. I've got more information about all of these beers in the description below. I am Matt Gray Yes on all the socials, and there is a subscribe button down here if you want to see more videos from me. And there's probably some on the screen right now. Clicky, clicky. That'll do.